The thoughts I believe to be true about somebody else effectively form the perceptions I have over that person. But those thoughts that I believe to be true could actually be wrong. And therefore, how do we actually change perceptions? In a previous In Touch message, I talked about the importance of walking across the room and meeting people and discussing, having stories with people so that we can understand where they are coming from, so that we can really unpack even some of the lies that we might be carrying in our own minds. Because if we don't make that intentional move of hearing the real story behind other people's backgrounds, we will continue to be held in captivity with the lies that are in our minds over those people. And in fact, we will continue to be unable to build really strong and lasting relationships, especially with people who are different to us. Essentially, we can look at an example of what a perception looks like within our minds. It's almost like an equation that we have pre-written in our minds. It can be an equation that we've pre-written because of certain core beliefs. It might be driven by certain values that we carry. It might even be the way we were raised, what we saw as we were growing up, and therefore gives us a certain level of prejudice over a different group of people, or even women, for example. So if I've grown up in an environment that always talks about women as being second-class citizens, then that can be a core belief that's written as an equation in my mind, and that will play out in my behavior even in an organization. So what do we need to do to be changing perceptions? It's all about rewriting that equation in our minds. What is the truth over the other person? Do we really understand their story? Do we understand where they are coming from? And perhaps, do we need to really look at our own thinking and ourselves to identify why we are carrying incorrect perceptions over people? It could be the lack of my own self-identity, where I feel I should be oppressing women and even justifying my preconceived idea about women. So I challenge you, what preconceived ideas are you carrying? What things in your mind do you maybe need to relook so that you don't carry negative and incorrect perceptions of other people? Coming out with the answers to those questions could be the key to building better, strong relationships and ultimately building a team that can execute and achieve vision.